about politics. Let's get rid of all those religions and stop telling those lies. I'm gonna make the fun. I'm gonna make the love fun. I'm gonna make the fun. I'm gonna make the love. Wow. Wow. Tonight, Japan's being abandoned. We got two people in one body. How does that work? We got the smallest person, a woman, and the tallest woman. We got Microsoft go put everything on a little piece of glass. Oh my God, we're going to celebrate 1,888 subs. Wow, we got 1,888 subs right here. Also, powerful women. We're going to learn about one, what she did in 1888. All that and more tonight on Interesting World News. Yeah. Wow. It's November 24th, 2024. And you know what? We're going to see some crazy stuff. Microsoft is going to put stuff on glass, a lot of information, and it's a vote. Anyways, it's a lot of information in three-dimensional. Let's find out about it a little bit here, because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Long term, and how we store it sustainably. If we carry on the way we're going, we're going to have to concrete the whole planet just to store the data that we're generating. And of course, that's not acceptable. The hard disk drives and tape are used to store the large amounts of data, those photos that you take on your phone. Now, that is all magnetic technology. It all has a finite lifetime. You therefore have to keep copying it over to new generations of media. A hard disk drive might last 5 years. A tape, well, if you're brave, it might last 10 years. But once that lifetime is up, you've got to copy it over. And that, frankly, is both difficult and it's also tremendously unsustainable. If you think of all that energy, all that resource that we're using, glass is actually very durable. You can put it in boiling water, you can put it in an oven, you can even scratch the outside of it. And it's going to be able to keep that data that's stored inside it completely safe.
So in Project Silica, we're...
Okay, Project Silica. That's some crazy stuff, huh? And everything is three-dimensional. I mean, that's a pretty cool story. But I don't know if it's as cool as everybody's leaving Japan. Yeah, for some reason, people in Japan don't like used anything. They don't like a used house. Like, if it gets old, they get rid of it and don't want to live in it and don't want to sell the land because land's precious. So that's a crazy, unique situation where everything's still expensive, but nobody wants to live in these houses. There's just whole communities, villages, and parts of cities that are abandoned. Well, any part of a city that is not new. And so there you go. They're a brand new society. Japan. Let's find out a little bit more about it from somebody who knows.
In Japan, the number of abandoned homes is at an all-time high. 9 million properties sit empty, blighting city streets and turning some rural communities into ghost towns. So what do these crumbling houses say about Japan's existential crisis and its aging, shrinking population? And could a new breed of homeowners, young, foreign and eager for a bargain, help to solve the problem? With me today is our Tokyo correspondent, Shine.
They can't solve the problem. I mean, I've already watched this show. I'm going to tell you, they can't solve it. But let me tell you, that's still fairly interesting, don't you think? I mean, think about this. Everybody wants everything new. They think that structure's unsound. Well, it was built in 1985. I don't care. I don't want it. Brand new Japan. That's the way they rock. Okay. Have you guys ever heard of the 3-part monster? Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Let me see if I got it wrote down here somewhere. Yes, it's called a Chimera. I can't pronounce it, and either can this lady. It's hard to pronounce, but it's a monster that has 3 parts. And the only part I remember from the Greek mythology. Do you folks like Greek mythology? I do. But anyways, the tail of a snake. That's the only part I remember because I had nightmares about snakes as a kid because of this 3-part monster. It's incredible. Well, there really is such a thing. And guess what? The dad bird Greeks must have known about it. It's only 1 out of 1,000,000. But let's find out let's give credit. Oh, this is that crazy lady, Megan.
Who lived.
She's the one that had an affair with the guy that owned Fox in order to get her job.
With a rare genetic trait.
Well, that's what it said in the movie. I'm not saying that. The movie said that. Okay, let's get back to this. Who got distracted? We're having too much fun. This is 2 people. 2 completely separate people, not 3. In Greek mythology, it's 3. This is 2. I know there's no correlation. But irregardless, this woman you're seeing right there, that is 2 people.
Known as chimerism. Chimerism, it's hard to say.
Yes.
Chimerism.
She is her own twin. That's what
There you go.
it means. And also joining us is Taylor's mom, Sandra, and her doctor, Dr. Brandon Colby, who's a geneticist and founder of sequencing.com. All right, so Taylor, what does this mean when you want to have children?
As far as I've been told, I should be able to carry a baby. You know, the pregnancy hopefully should be normal. But it would be interesting once the baby is born, I believe, can do some testing to see if I technically would be like the mom or like the aunt, really.
Medical mysteries and miracles, right? That is not a misnomer.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. So let me ask you, Mom. So Sandra, when you were pregnant with her, did you have any idea that you had twins?
No. Twins do run in our family, but there was no, indication of anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like Taylor said, having...
Wow. Is that crazy? I know we could just go on and on and on with this, but, we only have so much time. Interesting world news. By the way, did you know we're celebrating 1,888 subscriptions? People that subscribe to this channel, they like interesting world stuff. Very interesting. Okay, let's check something else out. You see this? Now, you probably can't see. I'm going to help you folks out. Right there is a human being, an adult, a full freaking grown adult right there. You know how tall she is? 2 feet and something less than an inch. You see this person here? That is also an adult woman, and guess how tall she is? 7 foot and a little less than an inch. So both of them, 2 foot, 7 foot. You know what they have in common? They're both in the current Guinness Book of World Records, baby.
You are
Yeah.
both officially amazing. We're here in London's famous landmark hotel, the Savoy, for a very special occasion. This is a very special year for Guinness World Records. Not only is this our 20th Guinness World Records Day, but we're beginning the celebrations now for our 70th anniversary. How best to celebrate than to unite 2 of the most iconic record holders we have. Jyoti and Romessa, the world's shortest and tallest living woman. These icons are here to help us celebrate. Guinness World Records is all about celebrating differences, and by bringing together these two unique women.
What do you think? Come on, you guys chat up. I'm going to do some chat. I'm going to say August. Oh, by the way, I got some good news. August is healing after 2 surgeries. And he wanted me to whine about some shit, but I'm not going to. I can't even type Augie in here. My A's not working. A-U. It keeps wanting to say whiny bitch. Oh, well, I'm going to say, there it goes. It's Augie. Hey, Augie, I love you, brother. And Lois is here. Now, hey, Daryl Durand, where are you at? You're supposed to be here, Daryl. Anyways, we just did the part about the smallest and the tallest woman. So that was amazing. Now, contrary to what you hear in politics and television, everybody gets to go to college in America. This idea that only the rich go and bullshit. Yeah, parents pay a lot of money out of their pocket to send their kids to college, although colleges have grants and all these things where they get millions of dollars, so we don't understand why they want our money, but still they require it. But if a kid really wanted to go to college, he would end up going somehow. There's a way to make it happen. And now, more than ever, that's going to happen because all the major, not all, but MIT and major universities in Texas and across the United States of America are going to allow any child who comes from a household, that means all of the breadwinners in that household, if their combined income comes to less than $200,000, guess what? You don't get to pay. You don't have to pay to go to school. And this won't have any effect on whether you get in or not. That still is the normal academic requirements because the board has no idea about your financial. In other words, they're not going to give preference one way or another. It's just that if, in fact, they find out you're $200,000, think about that. That's 80% of Americans. I didn't even make 200,000. Who makes 200,000? Somebody type down here, Daryl Durand. Do you make Daryl Daryl? Do you? I can't type. Daryl, do you make 200, baby? 200,000. Daryl, do you see? Who makes 200,000? As far as I know, nobody. And if they do, oh man, they can afford to send their kids to school because it only costs $65,000 to go to Colorado CU, unless you're going to go today. That's what it was like 20 years ago. Okay, on with more. We got 1,888 subscriptions. And do you know who made the car? The first car? It's called Patent Motor Car. And it's supposed to be Benz. You ever heard of it? Daimler Benz or whatever it is, Benz, Chrysler Benz. Okay, Benz. Well, do you think it was the man? A man? Yes, it was a man. Was he an engineer? Did he have a job? Did he build engines? Yes, he built engines. He had it all going on. But what he did not have was money. All he had was being a male and interested in engineering, and he built engines. But there's a woman, and she was smart, and she thought, would I rather just marry some other rich bitch that don't know shit and ain't getting nothing done? Or should I marry somebody like this Benz fella and, help him out, back him, and become a partner with him? and actually do some of the engineering. And more than anything, she was the innovator. Like, she didn't step on his world. It was his world. But his shit wasn't working, and she made it work. She invented brake liners and better ignition coils. And she had ideas on everything. Basically, it was her car, and he didn't want to do nothing with it. So you know what she said? She got the two boys, and they took off, went 40 miles, and became famous. Yeah, 40 miles. Became famous. Let me see if I can find anything about it. This is the lady right here. That's her. And let's see if we can learn something about her.
I just learned about Bertha Benn's story, and the story really resonated with me. She's really a pioneer.
This story, I actually, during the research to this, where we're just getting a little sample tonight. This woman's story made me cry of happiness, of how a person could live in a certain situation where everything is against her.
That I didn't really know
And she still shines.
about. She was the first person in the world to go on a long distance journey using an automobile.
She was just so determined and so resourceful. No one was telling her to do these things. People were trying to stop her, if anything, and she did them anyway, and she did them well.
She embodies the spirit of innovation. So her husband, who invented the first ever gas-powered motor vehicle, was the inventor. But it was Frau Benz who was the innovator.
I'm going to tell you the rest of the story right now. Bottom line, you know how she innovated? It's because she took it out and rode it around. And it broke down. And the only way she was going to innovate was to fix it so she could get home. And guess what? She was in charge of the checkbook. The women, you got on your own time, not on YouTube live news or whatever it is, do a little research on the Benz people. They're amazing. Okay, we have a special story tonight. And there's going to be restrictions on this video. It won't count for any watch hours or anything on YouTube. And the reason is about what I'm about to do. I'm about to play an amazing clip from the Voice of Australia. Now, we all know music, copyright infringements, boop, they don't like that. But I'm going to do it for you live right now. And now this really did make me cry. This is amazing. This is unbelievable. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm okay. Hey, thanks for watching. I think this concludes the Sunday night, 7 Central, interesting world news. And I love you folks, all of you. I truly do love you. Hey, by the way, don't judge anyone. Love everybody. And I truly love you. But now I'm out of here. All right. right. Uh-oh. That's the wrong tune.